Jimma Bros. Jim here, coming to you live from the Jimalax HQ. It's a very exciting day today. Been working on this for a year, finally get to show it to you guys. Boom! Money mesh. So about a year ago, we decided, let's start over. We'll start with nothing, build the mesh from the ground up, see what we can come up with in an effort to come up with the best mesh possible. So what did we do? We went with new materials, new construction, new coating. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about materials. So in creating a lacrosse mesh, it's very important to pick the highest quality base starting material. When we created money mesh, that's exactly what we did. So this material that we use to create the money mesh has an extremely high tensile strength. What that means, guys, is each individual fiber in this mesh is extremely strong. Can't break it. I mean, obviously I'm not going to break it in my hands. That's impossible, but good luck trying to break it out there on the field. I mean, this stuff's going to stand up to abuse like no other. Another very important quality is it must be resistant to abrasion. You guys are constantly scooping balls, stick checks, throwing, catching. I mean, things are hitting this pocket, coming in and out. I mean, it's constantly in motion, in use. It's got to be abrasion resistant. This fiber, extremely abrasion resistant. Another top quality thing that we're looking for is the product has to be lightweight. There's no reason to have extra weight on your stick. The lighter the head, the faster in-out maneuvers you can make. No reason to have that extra weight. We eliminated all excess in weight, choosing a fiber that's extremely lightweight. Last but not least, we got weather and cold. I'm talking water, boys. Can this mesh get wet? Of course mesh is going to get wet. It's like a dolphin in the ocean. Does the dolphin get wet? Of course it gets wet. Does it slow down its performance? No. This yarn, this fiber, it's going to get wet. It's going to feel wet, but the fibers aren't going to change at all. It's resistant to water where wet or dry, it reacts the exact same. So this pocket is not going to change with weather or cold. The way you string it is the way it's going to perform on a sunny day, a rainy day, a snowstorm, any kind of weather. So basically, this is your one and only mesh that you'll need on your stick. You string this baby up, whatever the day has for you, whatever the day throws at you, boom, you're going to be ready. So string this up, get out there, get practicing. Check it out, boys.
Alright guys, let's talk construction. So what is construction? Well, obviously, it's the way that the yarn moves through the mesh. So what I mean by that is this mesh is made up of many individual ends. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 ends make up one piece of mesh. And the way it moves through, weaving through the material, is the construction in the material. So we have a lot of experience with mesh manufacturing, 20 years, and so we wanted to take a really close look at our construction and see how it could be improved upon. We came up with a couple of key improvements. Number one, we looked and removed any excess material. As far as we saw it, if it wasn't maintaining the integrity of the mesh, it had to get out of there because all it was doing was weighing down your stick. Number two, and this is probably best shown on a color piece, we exaggerated the overlaps within the material. So if you'll take a look at this piece of mesh, you can see here the crossover as the white strands go to the left and I guess your right, and the black strands go to your left. You can see that the black material gets all the way over to the inside of the white diamond. So this material is very strong horizontally. And what's very important about that is it's gonna not be as prone to bagging out. In fact, this material is as strong horizontally as it is vertically. The final thing that we were able to do from a construction standpoint to improve the mesh was we amplified the roughness of the mesh. So why is roughness important? Obviously everyone knows that you have a rough side, you have a smooth side. Our smooth side is smooth, just like every other piece of mesh you've come across, but our rough side is rougher than you'll be accustomed to. And we did this on purpose, and what this does is increases the hold of the mesh.
Let's talk coating. What is coating? It's what's applied to the mesh. You guys know there's a bunch of coatings out there, but not like this. You've never seen a coating like we put on this money mesh. What does this coating do? First of all, it's lightweight. It doesn't add any weight to the material. It goes on evenly. There's no bunching, globbing, anything in corners. Nothing. Goes on clean, goes on smooth. It also adds to the durability. Jim touched a little bit on how we changed the construction to make it more durable, and he also talked about the roughness. This coating accentuates those features. It gets in through the material, in through the construction, wraps around all the fibers individually, adds a little bit of roughness, but most important, durability. You can see this coating is also very flexible. This mesh, once it's stretched out, is basically ready to go. This flexibility makes it extremely easy to string. Once you get the mesh how you want it, you can pick 9th or 10th diamond. I usually string on 9, gives myself a nice clean center diamond. But you can see, once you get this spread out and you're going to put it into the top of a lacrosse head, it's right there for you. It's not bunching back together or snapping away from you. It's right there. It's easy to string. This coating also doesn't flake. There's no extra coating on the mesh. A lot of times you see extra buildup and things that you don't really need on the mesh. In order to eliminate weight, we wanted a coating that went on smooth, went on evenly, and didn't bulk the mesh up, flake, or add any characteristics that weren't necessary to make it the best mesh possible.
Jimabros, I know what you're thinking. When are they going to talk about the elephant on the table? When are they going to talk about the colors? Well, we're at that point in the video, so let's take a closer look at the colors of this money mesh. So you probably noticed this is some bright stuff. And we're able to get it this bright and we're able to get lines this clean because we're not dyeing this in the conventional sense. You can't do this with some water and some RIT dye. This stuff is pre-dyed yarn, so the colors are laid in during the manufacturing process, and that's really evident by the way you can see the different colors, the blue and the white mixing a little and the red and the white mixing a little right here. But the colors it's only a few strands that overlap, and that's for the strength of the material. If they didn't overlap, the net wouldn't be connected at all. So, I wanted to quickly go over all the different color combinations that we came up with to start. And again, these are colors that Al and I came up with. We think you guys will like them, but for sure, we plan on releasing many, many more in the future. So let's start right up front. Right here we have Diablo, so it's a bold red stripe, and we have some black and white stripes accenting that. And then we have red down the sides. This is one of my absolute favorites that we came up with. It's a Galaxy themed mesh that we call the Galaxy. So this is actually an asymmetric piece. We have different blues, purples, black, and then we ran white through the entire piece to simulate the stars in the galaxy. This one looks really awesome strung up. Next up, we have Zion. So this is obviously our Rostov themed mesh. It's just red, yellow, and green with some black outlines. Looks really cool. Looks awesome with the Rostov strikers there. Of course we went with an all white, because some players prefer all white. So we're calling this Pure. Next up, keeping with the money theme, we're calling this one Barcode. So that's white and black, alternating stripes. It's also asymmetrical. You can see it's white on one side, black on the other. Pretty cool. Hopefully you can see that. Next up, we went with a design inspired by our Jimalax signature colors, neon green, white, gray, and black. We're calling this one Sublime. And then finally, I'm sure you guys can guess what inspired us on this one. We're calling this one Liberty. So it's just blue with then red and white alternating stripes.
Hey guys, there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about before I throw a band on this money. First off, how do you know your mesh is money? Well, that's easy. Every single piece of money mesh is going to come with a Jimalax money mesh header card. These header cards are a combination of some different graphics and different print styles. They came out looking really awesome. They got the words dominate everywhere written across the bottom, because that's what you're going to do as soon as you grab a piece of this and get it strung up on your stick. Take another close look while we got them. Here's the header card, front, back, before it's folded over and attached. Not only is every single piece of money mesh going to come with that header card, but they're all going to get a money mesh sticker. The Money Mesh sticker is a play on the header card. It's got silver foil, not only written in the words money, but also on that Jimalax logo at the bottom. I know what you guys are all waiting for. What's the price of Money Mesh? Well, that's simple too. Two different prices. One for the pure money, one for all the colored money varieties. The pure money, which is the white Money Mesh, is going to be sold for $12.50. And the colored Money Mesh is going to be sold for $15. This mesh is going to be available on our website and at retailers all across the country. If you see Money Mesh in a store near you, fantastic, because I can't wait to see your guys' reaction when you see it in person. If you don't see it at your local store, be sure to ask them for it, because Money Mesh is a product that they're definitely going to want to have. Money Mesh, all in all, is a combination of tons of research and development. We talked to you guys about the material, we talked to you about the construction, and we talked to you about the coating. The combination of all of our knowledge from 4 generations of textiles, extensive research and development with players throughout the sport has led us to create what we feel is the ultimate mesh, Money Mesh. It's lightweight, it's extremely strong, it's flexible, it's unaffected by water, and as you can see, it looks absolutely awesome. Money Mesh. If you don't know, now you know.